Dawn, the city of Thebes, Antigone and Ismene.
Sister, have we not suffered enough? Have the gods not punished our family enough? Ismene, have you heard the new order? Creon has issued a decree. Another blow to us.
No, I haven't heard anything about Creon. All I know is that our brothers are dead. They struck their final blows against each other.
I thought as much. And that's why I brought you out here. The city hears all.
What?
Ismene. Yes, our brothers killed each other. But while Creon has decided to honor Antigone grit and all the rights of the dead, Polynices has been left to soak the earth with his blood and feed the hungry birds. Creon has forbade anyone to mourn, bury, or honor our treacherous brother. Penalty? Death. Now to my true intent. Why I brought you out here. It's our moment to prove ourselves. Are you a sister? Or a coward?
Antigone, what are you talking about?
There's something we must do.
I don't understand. What is it you're asking?
Polynices, will you help me bury our brother?
Despite Creon's orders?
Yes! He is our brother. It is our right to bury our own flesh and blood. And I, at least, will not betray him.
But what of the consequences?
Creon cannot stop us.
But think of our father and mother, both dead by their own hands. Think of our brothers dead by each other's hands. Now we're all that's left. Think of what the future holds for us. If we break this law, if we disobey Creon, that's the end of our family. Antigone, be sensible. The dead are gone. They've lived their lives. And I pray that they forgive me and mine. We cannot break the law unless we wish to join them.
You and the law!
Antigone, it's madness trying to face off with Creon. She holds all the power. May the gods and the dead forgive me. But I have no choice. I cannot defy the law. I cannot bury our brother. And neither can you. Please understand. Please don't do this. I can't lose you too.
You have made your choice. Now I will make mine. Even if you change your mind, I will never accept your help. I am going to bury my brother. And if I die trying, there will be a reward in death. There's no light shining on us in this life, Ismene, but it is short. Death will be eternal, and I, for one, will enter it having obeyed the gods' laws. You can spit on the gods all you want.
I respect the gods, but Antigone, I'm scared for you.
Don't be. You have your excuses, your life. But I have love for my brother. Bye, Ismene. I'm gone.
Antigone, wait. I'll keep it a secret, I promise.
By gods, tell everyone, sister. If you keep your mouth shut, you'll only increase the poison of my hate towards you.
So fiery. When the bravest man be filled with icy dread. Burying Polynices, it's impossible.
Yet I will still try.
You're crazy to do this.
Your talk will make the dead and me hate you even more. Call me crazy, but do not try to join me. If Creon is to kill me, that will face my fate with my head held high. There's no reason for me to be disappointed.
I know I cannot stop you. No one could. But I will never stop loving you, even after death.
There's no time for us. There's no place for us. What is this thing that builds our dreams, yet slips away from us?
people, the gods have carried us through this storm. Throughout the history of our city, you have been loyal to each of its rulers, to Laius, to Oedipus, and later to his late sons who have slain each other. And now as I ascend the throne, I ask, and the city needs, your loyalty. You know me, but you have yet to see me rule. I pray that I am worthy of your respect. But know this, you won't see me turn a deaf ear to good advice. You won't see me lose my nerve. You won't see me place my personal relationships over the public welfare. I swear to the gods above that I will perform any action necessary for the good of Thebes. I will be merciless to an enemy of Thebes. Therefore, hear my decision concerning the sons of Oedipus. Understand that Antigone died for our country, and I will honor the blood he shed. Antigone will be buried, and his sacrifice will be memorialized. But Polynices became an enemy of the state, a traitor. No rights, no burial. Leave him in the dirt. Let the vultures bestow upon him his final rites. You won't see me honor a foe. Or forget a friend.
My queen, please know you have my loyalty, and as should be expected, the people are behind you as well.
Then be watchful.
Are you sure I'm the right one for that?
No, not that. I already have guards watching the body.
Then what would you like me to do?
You are to watch the people. Watch for possible traitors.
Who would be stupid enough to sign their own death warrant?
If the price is right, any man can be led to ruin.
Excuse me, I'm out of breath, but I wouldn't say I ran straight here. I went back and forth. I kept telling myself, don't do it. Creon won't be happy, but then I told myself, what if someone else tells Creon first? Then I'll be in worse trouble. I finally had to make a decision, and here I am, I guess, so...
Come to the point. What do you have to say?
First of all, you can't punish me. I didn't do it. I don't even know who did it.
You clearly have news. Speak.
I don't know how to say it.
Speak.
You know that body you told us to watch, your nephew? Someone kind of buried it, threw some dirt on it.
Excuse me? Who would dare?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. When the sun, there was no markings in the dirt, no footprints, no wheel marks, no evidence. When the sun came up, their body had disappeared. But when we got closer, we saw that it had simply been covered, not buried, but covered in dust. We all took turns accusing each other until it was proven that none of us could have done it. And then we just remembered that one of us would have to deliver the news to you, so as unlucky as I was when we drew straws, I drew the short one. So here I stand, as unhappy as you, delivering this awful news.
My queen, could this possibly be the work of the gods?
No! End this madness. The gods. Are you stupid? The gods would care about the dead after he tried to destroy this city. Tried to burn their temples. No. Ever since the beginning, my foes have plotted against me. And this is just another one of their little schemes. It's a shame my own guard has been bribed to plot against me. Money can tear men and cities and countries apart. And you! I swear to the gods above, if you can't find the man who committed this act, you won't have much longer on this earth. Amazing! You gave your life for a measly bribe.
My queen, may I speak before I go?
Every word you say appalls me.
Are you sure it's not your own conscience that pains you?
Do you see this? Now she's trying to analyze me.
It's what you've done, not what I say, that troubles you.
Quit talking.
Maybe, but I had nothing to do with this burial.
And yet you sold your life for a piece of silver. You've done enough.
How terrible for the righteous to judge wrongfully.
You may be safe for now, but unless you catch the fiend,
Unless you catch the fiend. I'd like nothing better, but even if I do, no one will see me here again.
What is this? It's the Princess Antigone, but why with the guard?
I've caught him. Well, her. I've caught the one who was burying the body. Where's Creon?
Coming now.
what has happened? Why have you returned so swiftly?
My queen, you should never say never. After your speech, I swore I would never return here, but sometimes life grants you little miracles. So here I am, and here's the prisoner who is burying the body.
My niece Antigone. Why have you brought her to me?
I caught her while she was burying Polynices.
Do you understand what you're saying?
I know what I saw, my queen. She was defying your orders and honoring that corpse.
Describe it then.
Gladly. After enduring your fury, I returned to the others to tell them that we were all in grave trouble. So we did what we could. We removed the dust from the body and stripped it of its clothes. Then we positioned ourselves around the hill, outside of the wind because it was starting to smell. It was so hot, the ground was scorching. All of a sudden, a whirlwind appeared, leaves and sand and dust everywhere. We had to squeeze our eyes shut and hold out against whatever torture the gods had decided to send down on us. When it had all cleared, there was a woman, weeping her heart out. When she saw the corpse, she lit up like a raging wildfire, spitting and cursing us for undoing all her work. She scooped dust up off the ground and let it fall on the body. Then she poured water from her urn 3 times. She took extreme care to make sure everything was done correctly. She didn't panic when we seized her, and she made no attempt to deny what she had done. Oddly enough, I felt a twinge of sorrow well up in me. It's nice to be off the hook, but it's a pity to see someone else face the gauntlet. But if I don't stand up for myself, no one will.
Do you deny this?
No, it's true.
Did you not know that this was forbidden under my law? Did you not hear my proclamation?
How could I not? It was broadcast to everyone.
And yet you still disobeyed.
I broke the law because I didn't believe that this was an act the gods would condemn. Justice, who lives deep among the gods of the dead, doesn't know your law. You are mortal. She is God. And who are you in comparison to a god? Defying your law may lead to my death, but no one lives forever. And I'd rather die trying to give my brother a proper burial rather than live while he's ripped apart by hungry beasts. To be buried is a right, as stated by the gods, not to be denied by a queen. You may think I'm just a rash, foolish girl, Creon, but never forget that you might be the foolish one.
My queen, you know she won't back down.
We'll see about that. The most defiant have the furthest to fall. She may be ferocious, but even a feral dog can be leashed. She is my subject, even if I am her aunt. This defiance of the law is obscene, and flaunting it unthinkable. Who does she think she is, the queen? Am I supposed to follow her orders? Am I her little maid? No. She's brought this on herself. And Ismene, that explains why she was so upset in the house just now. Of course, Ismene is just as guilty. It's a shame. My own nieces have spit on me so. Get Ismene out here. Guilt.
will always cause one to snap and confess. But it's the stoic ones, the ones who defy you more once they are caught, that are the worst. Will you execute me now? That is the punishment for your crime. And what are you waiting for? Anything we say to each other now will just increase our hatred. Burying my brother was the most honorable thing I'll ever do. Your people would say the same if they weren't so terrified of being deemed traitors. Are you implying that there are others like you? You know it's true. Their lips are just sealed shut, and yet here you are alone and shameless. There is no shame in burying my brother.
Didn't your brother Antigone also die? Wasn't he your brother's enemy?
Yes. And yet you reserve all of your tears for your traitorous brother Polynices. You insult Antigone. Antigone is dead. He won't be offended from the grave.
He will be when he sees his killer honored just as much as him.
It was no common killer that died with him. It was his brother.
Sure! But Polynices tormented us. Antigone fought for us.
Regardless, we have a duty to the dead.
And that duty extends equally to the wicked, the disloyal.
Who living truly understands the loss of the dead?
I would never forget my friend. But even in death, I could never forgive my enemy.
My way is that of love. I would know my friend and share my love, not my hate.
Fine then! Soon you can fill the underworld with your love.
Ismene looks awful. She's flushed and tears are pouring down her cheeks, but are they tears for herself or for her sister?
You little rat. Taking advantage of my house just to stab me in the back. Both of you. Biding your time to destroy me. Speak. You helped your monster of a sister, didn't you? Do you confirm your involvement?
Yes.
Yes, I confess I helped her.
No.
I deserve just as much blame.
No, you refused to help me. The moment you said no, all family ties were cut. The dead know what choice you made.
But I'm with you now. I'll be by your side in your hour of need and the next.
You're too late, Ismene. The moment you refused to help me, all family ties were cut again.
Please, Antigone, let me die by your side and do right by the dead. Don't leave me by myself in the land of the living.
You have done nothing to deserve death and nothing to gain by doing so.
If you die, Antigone, who else will I live for?
Why don't you ask our aunt? You seem to have more love for her than our own brother.
Gods, why do you have to be so cruel to me? You're my family, my sister.
I have no choice.
Please, sister, is there nothing I can do?
Save yourself. Live for me and Polynices and Antigone.
Live a life full of shame and loneliness.
You made your choice. Life. So live. I chose death. Too much has happened to stop that.
I tried to warn you, Antigone. You've always been reckless and hard-headed, and now you're dealing with the consequences.
I did what I had to do. And you did too.
And yet we both still ended up here, suffering anyway.
Not you, Ismene. You can still survive. My heart died a long time ago when we lost our mother, and then our father, and then our brothers. It was only fitting I helped the dead.
Amazing. Both of you are mad. Mad from the start and claiming it's because of love. Creon, you have pushed and pushed us closer to the edge, Aunt. Did you not think that eventually we'd push back? And so you decided to push back by siding with her. You betrayed your country and you betrayed your ruler. How could I not? My sister is my world. Then I guess your world is ending. Think of Haman, Aunt. How could you kill her child, the best friend? It'll destroy her.
She can find another. There are plenty out there.
But there are none like her. She will never find another, nor would she want to.
I forbid my daughter to keep a tainted woman in her life.
Gods, poor Haman. Your mother despises you. Creon, soon you'll have no family left.
My queen, you would kill your only daughter's childhood best friend.
The god of death will be the one to do so. Not I.
Her sentence seems set in stone then, my queen.
It is. Enough time wasted. Take them away. Children were never meant to be in this assembly. Soon they will be put in their proper places. Keep an eye on them. As the end draws near, they become desperate for escape. Even the bravest, when faced with death, crave freedom. And they have no family left to save them.
Is this the world we created? What did we do it for? Is this the world we invaded against the law? So it seems in the end. Is this what we're all living for today? In the world that we created. Haman, the queen's only daughter, is she here to offer her support for her mother or to plot revenge for her friend?
My child, you have heard my final decision concerning your dear Antigone. Do you hate me now? Do you understand why I must do this?
You are my mother. You are my guide. Nothing can change that.
Thank the gods! You are the daughter every mother dreams of. Do not let Antigone poison your thoughts. She's always been a bad influence, a troublemaker. Her contempt towards the law is unthinkable. I can't just let her run around and do whatever she wants just because she's my niece. How would that reflect on me as a ruler, as a queen? Thebes would lose all respect for me. Antigone has to die for her actions. We've seen too much chaos, too much disorder. Our poor Thebes has suffered enough rebellion, enough bloodshed. I can't let her be the spark to another civil war. We find safety in the law. Good laws provide stability, and a stable kingdom is one that persists. I hope that you'll use this as an example when you are queen.
My queen, I am no royal, but I can tell your words hold sense and reason.
Mother, you are right to warn me against bad influence. I hope there will never come a time where I say that you have reasoned badly. Yet, there are many wise men and women in this city. Let them advise you and keep your aim straight. I fear that your strength and confidence have kept them quiet if they had any doubts. Fears have done worse things. I myself have heard some whispers about Antigone. They say that no woman has ever been killed for such a righteous act as burying her brother. Death. She deserves all the glory and prestige for such a selfless act. This is what they are saying on the street. You must believe me. Why would I turn against my mother? Please, do not be so strong-willed as to do something that will haunt you. Do not let your orders be irreversible. You've always been a source of reason in my life. Do not let this incident prevent you from continuing to do so. If there were a flood, you would see how the trees bend so that they are not torn apart by the water. You need to do the same. I know I am young. I know I have much to learn. But please, Mother, heed my advice. Do not do this.
My queen, perhaps you should listen to your daughter, for she speaks wisely. And Haman, you must listen to your mother too, for she speaks wisely as well.
You think that I, your queen, should heed advice from a mere girl?
But if I'm right, how is that altered by my age?
You think it is right to stand up and defend an anarchist.
No, I do not respect those who wish me and those I love harm.
Then does she not wish me harm?
The city does not seem to believe that.
And so the city is going to tell me how to rule my people.
Now who's speaking like a mere child?
You forget it is I who gives the city its orders.
If it is truly a great city, then why does it take command from only one voice?
The queen is the city.
Only if her city is simply a desert.
Do you see this? My daughter's very own mind has been twisted by a fool.
Only if you are that fool. I only have concern for you.
Your concern has brought me pain and a public struggle. Concern for a rebel, a traitor.
What about your public struggle with justice?
Struggle with justice. Everything I have done, everything I am doing, I have a right to do as queen.
You are queen of the living. Respect for the dead belongs only to the gods.
You dare disrespect your queen?
You will never see me be taken by anything vile.
You only have words for her, for Antigone.
And for me, for you, for the gods themselves.
Forget her! She's doomed.
Then if she must die, she won't die alone.
Not alone. Is that a threat? Has she really twisted you to the point of doing this?
Not a threat, Mother.
Don't call me that. She's taken you away from me.
I see you prefer my silence.
Enough! Enough of your words and your empty threats. Bring her out here. We'll end this now before your very eyes.
She will not die here, my queen, and neither shall I.
She's gone, my queen, but be warned, an angry woman is a dangerous one.
Let her try what she will. She cannot save these girls from their deaths.
Both? You're sentencing both the guilty and the innocent?
No, you're right. Ismene will not pay for her sister's crimes. But Antigone must die, as such a traitor deserves. So that neither I nor my city will bear any curse for the shedding of my niece's blood. She will be taken beyond our walls to the stone cave. There she will walk in, the doorway will seal, and she will never again walk into the sun's light. Food will be given, but it won't be replenished. She will live out her final days in a stone coffin. And then she will pray to those gods of death she worshipped so reverently before. Maybe they will have mercy on her, but I won't.
I'm just the pieces of the man I used to be. Too many bitter tears are raining down on me. I'm far away from home, and I've been facing this alone for much too long. I feel like no one ever told the truth to me about growing up and what a struggle it would be. In my tangled state of mind, I've been looking back to find where I went wrong. Too much love will kill you if you can't make up your mind. Torn between the lover and the love you leave behind. You're headed for disaster, 'cause you never read the signs. Too much love will kill you every time.
My friend, this is the last time I shall see the sun. It's all darkness for me now.
That's Death takes us all, but he's taking me early. You would have danced at my wedding, but not now.
Antigone, what you tried to do for Polynices will be remembered, while the rest of us see more war and violence, while we grow old and sick. You go alone to your death with head held high.
I am not alone. I remember Niobe, who was turned to stone, was left to weep for eternity, accompanied by the right and the snow.
You're human, she was divine. We're made to die, whereas the divine are made to live.
Now you're mocking me. Could you not wait till I was dead?
Antigone, you're chasing justice, but you went too far, and you fell. Like your father, like your brothers, you don't know when to stop.
There you at home. Maybe I never had a chance. Doomed just like the rest of my family, no matter what I tried. I could have joined them now. Perhaps this meaning can escape.
You tried to do what you thought was right, but that doesn't mean much when someone else has all the power.
Don't cry for me. No tears, no friends, no marriage for me. I will no longer face the day. No friends to share my sorrow.
If death had to wait on tears and sorrow, we'd all live forever. Take her away. Her living or dying is no longer our concern.
So this is how it ends. If I am the last to join the dead, I will remain the most miserable. For my life has ended before its time. But my only hope in both life and death is that I am welcomed by my family, by my brother. I honored your death and your grave, Polynices. Creon thinks I'm guilty, but the gods and the dead know I am justified. Had I lost a husband, I could have found another to love. Had I lost a child, I could have borne another in their place. But I lost my mother and father and my brothers. I cannot find a new brother or another mother and father. Therefore, I gave my life to honor you, Polynices. Creon locks me up in a stone tomb as a criminal, unmarried, friendless. What have we done to offend the heavens? What I have done is wrong. I will be punished to death. But if what I have done is right, let her suffer nothing worse than what she's done to me.
Still so full of fire and passion.
This is a waste of time. Take her away.
Pity me. Death is near.
I can no longer comfort you, Antigone. The queen has spoken.
Thebes, my home. Look upon me, the last of my family. Never forget this. A daughter of your king, killed for doing what the gods demand, for showing respect to the dead.
There's no living in my life anymore. The seas have gone dry and the rain stopped falling. Please don't you cry anymore. Can't you see? Listen to the breeze whisper to me, please don't send me to the path of nevermore. Even the valleys below, where the rays of the Tiresias, blind prophet of Apollo.
People of Thebes, we have come. One set of eyes for the two of us. When you are blind, it is good to have a guide.
Tiresias, what vision of the future brings you here?
I will tell you, and you must trust me, Creon.
Of course. I have always heeded your good advice.
And it has served you in this city well.
I am in your debt.
Remember that. For now you are poised at the end of a cliff with doom below.
What do you mean? Why do I tremble at her words?
There I was, sat on my seat of augury, where all the birds gathered to tell me of what is and what is to be. But I've never heard them sound like this. Screaming, screeching, ripping, raging, whirling, mad. Afraid I tried sacrificing to the gods, but no flame would burn. No blaze, no kindled fire. The gods refused us. And it's your fault, your stubborn decisions. All our altars are tainted, fouled, and choked, all polluted by the carrion that lies outside our city, the dead son, the fallen brother. The gods won't listen, my birds won't speak. Think, Creon, I am trying to warn you. We all make mistakes, but we can change our minds. The worst crime is stubborn stupidity. Let the dead be dead. You cannot kill the boy again. Follow my advice.
Oh, woman! All of you! You all shoot your arrows at me! Birds! It wasn't your birds that told you this. Some enemy of mine with a sack of gold bribed you. We will never bury that traitor. Not even if the gods themselves come down from heaven with eagles and lift him there. You can't scare me into burying Polynices as if he were an honest soldier. Besides, I know you lie. Nothing human can befoul the altar of the gods. You're right that mortals make mistakes. And you made one the moment you took the money.
Only you knew.
Knew what? What deep wisdom now?
How much more valuable good advice is than golden coins.
And how terrible it is to be a fool.
Yet here you are, monarch and fool.
I'm not going to stay here and trade insults with you, fortune teller.
Yet you still call me a liar.
Like all prophets, selling the future to serve your greed.
Not as greedy as a tyrant.
Remember, you're talking to a monarch.
Remember who made you one.
You served me in the past, but you're wronged now.
Careful, you have not heard all I have to tell.
Go on, but don't expect me to pay.
Do you really believe that is what I want?
You'll get no more from me.
Then take this last bit of knowledge for free. The sun will not rise again before you suffer a loss of your own, a death for a death. You have buried a living soul and refused burial to the dead. For this, heaven is against you, and the avenging spirits wait for you. That is an arrow for you, Creon. You have provoked me, and that is an answer you cannot escape. Consider this then. Think whether I've been bribed when grief comes to your own home, when everyone hates you, even you. Come, lead me home. Let her rage against her own people or learn a gentler manner and a wiser mind.
She's gone, my queen, but what awful words, and I've never in my life known her to be wrong.
I know! But to back down now, impossible. But impossible to just stand and take this curse!
Listen to me now, Creon.
Yes, what is it? I'll do it.
Go, open the tomb, free the girl, and bury her brother.
You think I should give in?
I do, and I think you should do it now, for I'm afraid you don't have much time left.
I can't! I must! Ah! I can't fight fate.
Go, do it now. Don't wait.
I go. I'm going. I locked her away. I can set her free.
It started off so well. Said we made a perfect pair. I clothed myself in your glory and your love. How I loved you, how I cried. The years of care and loyalty were nothing but a sham, it seems. The years went by, we lived a lie. I love you till I die. Save me, save me, save me. I can't face this life alone. Save me, save me, save me. I'm naked and I'm far from home.
No one is safe. Nothing is safe. I don't have to tell you that. You've seen all that we've been through these past few years. I thought Creon could turn it around. A leader, a mother, finally a lucky ruler after so many cursed kings. But I guess you can't know who's really lucky until they're gone.
What now? What's happened?
They're dead. Haman is dead and killed
By who? By your own mother?
No, by her own hand and her rage at what the queen had done.
Tiresias knew. She tried to tell us.
Could she make any sense out of it? Who's that?
Eurydice, the queen's mother.
Haman's grandmother?
Yes, maybe she
I
did.
heard. I was on my way to prayers. I was just opening the door to our little shrine to Athena. I felt I needed her help today. But then I heard your voice, your sad voice, and I thought I might faint. But I didn't. I came out here. Tell me everything. I can bear it. I am no stranger to grief.
I'll tell you the whole truth, ma'am. I won't try to soften things with lies or anything. You'd only find out soon enough. Truth is best. I went with Creon to the place where the body lay. Polynices, or what the dogs had left of him. We asked the gods for forgiveness, and then we gathered the body, washed it, found some branches and burned Polynices, piled some of his home soil over the ashes. Then the queen turned to the cave where Antigone was sealed. Before we could even get there, we heard a cry. The queen started to run. I heard her call out, "Haman!" And sure enough, when we got there, the cave was already open. And inside was Haman, lying on the ground, sobbing. And above her, Antigone. She had made a noose from her dress and hanged herself from it. Haman called the queen, come out of this dark place. But when Haman turned to face the queen, she spat on her. Suddenly she had a knife. She lunged at the queen, who pulled away. Haman's blow had missed, but before we could do anything, she plunged the blade into her own side. She turned and gathered Antigone as her blood poured out. They lie there now, together in death.
So silent, what does it mean?
Maybe she needs to be alone. She doesn't want to make a scene or cry in front of us. She needs privacy, I hope.
I don't know. I don't like the silence.
I'll go. I'll check on her.
One by one, only the good die young. They're only flying too close to the sun, and life goes on without you. One by one, only the good die young. They're only flying too close to the sun, crying for nothing, crying for no one but you. Now here's the queen, carrying the evidence of her own guilt.
Yes, I was stubborn. Deaf to all. Haman, you were right. I was the fool, not you.
You simply saw the truth too late.
The truth is hard and heavy. That God justice that Antigone loves so much has crushed me with it.
The grief you carry is heavy enough, but there's more.
What? What could make this worse?
Your mother, madam, is dead.
My mother. My child.
She went to the shrine of Athena and cried out for her children, for Jocasta and Megareus, and for Haman, for all of those who died defending Thebes, and all of those who died attacking it too. She stabbed herself, and with her last breath, she cursed you.
She was right to curse me. Let everyone know my guilt! I cannot escape it! May the gods have mercy on me. I have nothing left. I am nothing. The sun will never rise for me again. Everything I touch I destroy.
Wisdom is the only path to happiness, and it does not come with big, proud words, but with listening in silence. One by one, only the good die young. They're only flying too close to the sun, and life goes on without you. One There's no time for us. There's no place for us. What is this thing that builds our dreams, yet slips away from us? Who wants to live forever? Who wants to live forever? There's no child.